Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Dan and this is Plant Abundance on YouTube. So I was out in my garden just having myself a mono meal of fruit. I'm having some sweet treat Pluerries and we're getting towards the end of the harvest here. There's just a few left. And I thought, well, I might as well do a close-up video and share with you guys a little bit more about this amazing fruit. Now, we did get a decent sized harvest of fruit off this tree this year, but it would have been a lot better had we not run into pest issues, which happens from time to time. It's just one of those things regardless of what type of fruit you're growing. And in the case of the sweet treat Pluerry, there was actually ladybug larvae and ladybugs on the tree taking care of the aphids and the whiteflies that were on there. So I did no sort of a organic spray like a neem oil to try to take care of it. So it was a longer drawn out process. It hindered the tree a little bit, but it's sprung back to life and has come back very strong. Now, one thing I'll say about the tree is it's a vigorous, upright grower, very dense. I already pruned down the tree and thinned out the center in the spring. And then again, late spring, I thinned out the center. And now we're here in the middle of summer, and you can see we got a lot of growth, straight up vertical growth coming from the center once again. So it does require some pruning. And knowing what I know now, I would say that this variety would probably do better as more of a standalone tree instead of part of a hedgerow, where I have the trees planted very closely. But it's doing fine nonetheless. Just requires a bit more pruning and maintenance. Now, the fruit itself is really quite beautiful. You can see the yellow speckles on the burgundy colored skin. And this hazy powder that you see on the outside is known as bloom. And it helps to protect the fruit, similar to what you would see on blueberries or grapes. And what it does is help the fruit stop evaporation, so it keeps the moisture in. Also protects the fruit from insects and bacterial infections. And you can eat it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But when you do buff it out, that's when the beauty truly comes out. So now let's cut one of these pieces of fruit open. So there's just one seed inside, just like a plum or a cherry. It's easily removed. And I would say the most impressive thing about this fruit, I mean, the flavor is outstanding, but it's the texture. That's what really stands out to me. It really does have a cherry-like texture, and I really, really enjoy it. Now, I've never been able to find this fruit at market, so being able to grow it at home is a real treat, sweet treat at that. Now, this is a Floyd Zager variety. I purchased my tree as a 1-year-old bare root whip. In 2014, I put it in the ground. So it's been in the ground for 5 years. It was grown out a year prior. So it's a 6-year-old tree. Started getting fruit in 2016, so just a couple years after it was in the ground. And then we had a year where we didn't get a crop, and then a year where we had a light crop. This year again, decent crop, but looking forward again to an even better crop next year. Well, let's just give it a taste test for you guys. I've had a lot of these, but I want to share with you guys my impressions. Really delicious, special fruit. One of my favorite fruits in the world is my Santa Rosa plums. And this has those qualities of a Santa Rosa plum with a just very unique texture and hint of cherry in there. It just takes this fruit to another level. Absolutely scrumptious. So look into growing your own sweet treat Pluerry. You'll be happy you did. Until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com. Take care. I'll be talking to you again soon.